Hi there. My name is Brenda Bailey, and I am your instructor for your Math 0900 class. I wanted to go through a few things as far as expectations, grading, and stuff like that. All right, first off, I am in your in Canvas, and this is the shell that you'll be using, and you'll click on the shell. And this comes up, it's got my information on it, my email, phone, you can always text. Math Center when I'm available, and I'll talk about that here in a minute when I go through the syllabus, but this will be your first page. Click to modules or go on the left and do modules. We'll go ahead and click modules here. Now, again, you will not have as many boxes as I do right now. You'll probably just have the one for now, and then you'll have this one as well. So, this getting started, it just has the syllabus there and the academic policies. And then here is where we're going to talk about. So today we're going to start with the syllabus. I'm going to go through the syllabus. I'll talk a little bit about these videos, but not much. I do want you to watch them. All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to talk about the syllabus in this drop-down box, Welcome to Class. So clicking on the syllabus and expanding it. I did publish this on Tuesday and I've made a few adjustments. So this might be slightly different if you downloaded and copied the one that I published on Tuesday. But let's go through this. Let's see, it's 4 credits. My cell number is there. You can text, that's fine. You can email if you have questions. And I want to encourage you that if you're having some problems, don't stress out about it, and just contact me and I'll see what I can do. If it deals with the platform Pearson, like they're not letting you in, that's something where you're going to have to contact them, and I'll talk about that. But otherwise, if you have questions about the class or the expectations, things like that, please let me know. Contact me. Either text me or my email is right there. This class is all online. We will not be meeting as a class. It's asynchronous, which means that you're going to watch lesson videos that I'm going to show you how to get to. And you do the homework. And if you have questions, you contact me and I work with you more on an individual basis. Now, office hours, if you have any questions, you have a couple of options. I am in the Math Center. The Math Center is on the Sheridan campus. It's in the Whitney building, the 2nd floor, and it's on the right-hand side by the stairs. As you go up the stairs in the Whitney building, you turn right, and it's right along the stairwell there. And I will be there Tuesdays and Wednesdays from 11 to 12. But so if you're free, great. Come in, I'll answer your questions. It's not by appointment, it's all drop in. But there are other times and days where other professors are there and they will help you with any questions that you have in my math class. All right, so we're there to help anyone in any math class. And it's a great deal. It doesn't cost anything. It's just drop in. I'd highly recommend taking advantage of the Math Center. Okay, or by appointment. We can Zoom. I can meet you on the Sheridan campus at some other time just to get your questions answered. Now, there is a Zoom link here. If you want to meet on Zoom, this is a Zoom link to my Zoom room, or I can also email it to you right before we meet. This is a link to my YouTube channel with all of my lessons. This is not probably the easiest way to get to a certain lesson. I'll show you how the easiest way to get to a lesson is. But just in case. Let's see. Prerequisites and description. You guys can read through that. The text material, you do not have to buy a paper book. That's optional. Some people like it. They like having the pages to flip through. It makes it easier for them. That's great. What is required is, number 2, this is access to my math lab through Pearson. And I have a video that explains how to get into Pearson step by step, and maybe I even suggest maybe some cheaper options for this access, but you have to have the access. This is where all of your homework will be found, all of your quizzes, all of your tests, your grade in the class is all through Pearson. Okay. So again, that is something you will have to have, and it is in this drop down, the same drop down box that we're in right now. Grading, let's see, we have 60% tests, 30% homework, and 10% on quizzes. Now, just remember that if you decide to forego all your homework and all your quizzes, the best you can get in the class is a 60%. So it would behoove you to try and do from all three sections. Get the quizzes done, the homework done, and the test done. Now let's talk about the test first. On the test, you have 2 attempts on each test. If for some reason, if the test is due Sunday, most everything is due on a Sunday night, and you forget about it, life happens, you don't take the test, it's Monday, you remember you have a test, what do? Well, what's going to happen in the grade book is it'll show a 0 because you didn't take it. However, if you go back to Pearson, you're allowed to access it and take the test and replace that score. And I will not deduct anything from your score for a late exam. So you do have so don't stress if you accidentally miss it. I do recommend that you keep up and don't wait until the end of the semester to take all of your tests. But I will not deduct, and you can take them late. It's just that if you can keep up, it makes it so that the end is not so rough when you're taking the tests. Homework. Homework, if it was due Sunday night and you wait until Monday to get it done, 10% will be taken off. And 10% off, so you have a 90%, and 90% is better than a 0. So make sure that you do the homework eventually. Now, if you did part of it before it was due and part of it after, 10% will be taken off the problems you did after it was due. So the first ones you did, you'll still get full credit for those. But the ones you do after the due date, 10% will be taken off. It's not much, but it is kind of makes you keep up. Quizzes. Also, for quizzes, if you're late on quizzes, and quizzes, you have 3 attempts on a quiz, 10% will be taken off if you decide to do it after the due date. So keep that in mind. All righty. If you have any questions there, please let me know. Okay, grade, we have pretty much straight 90, 80, 70, 60. So below that is an F. Core abilities, competency, I may have to change some of the wording here to meet some of the requirements for instructions there, but the items themselves won't change. Some of the wording might change. Okay, some of this stuff is found in some other areas in the getting started. I went ahead and put them there. And this is a tentative course outline. And I want to highlight the fact that it is tentative. So it might change, but it gives you an idea of what we're covering when. And it'd be pretty close to that. All righty. Now I'd like to go back just to touch on a few of the, let me try to make this larger. I want to go back to the module real quick. And again, we're in this first drop down. This registering with Pearson, this is a video that goes step by step on how to register, but we are using this. This is from about a semester ago. And so the ID is different, but all the steps are the same. But the ID is different, but when you click on this handout, it'll work out all right with the right ID. All right, when you do click on the handout. Let's just click on the handout. I try not to make these videos too long, but so this is step by step to register for the math class. You'd click here and go through the steps. However, if you want to watch the video, that might be helpful for some of you as well. So you can watch that too. And I want to highlight the fact that you can get a 2-week free access. So in case you don't have the money right now to pay for it, you can get 2 weeks free. If you, and that I explained that in the registering with Pearson. So, and it's there in the handout as you go through it, but sometimes it's a little hard to find. I'm also going to look at how to use Canvas in this class, and I will publish that. And the next one would be how to use Pearson in this class, which for some reason it's not showing up here. I'll have to make sure I get that put in. So again, watch this, how to use Canvas, how I use Canvas, how do you get to the lessons for the class? How do I get to the handouts for the lessons in the class? And then Pearson will be right below this. It's a video on navigating Pearson. So in this class, you do have 2 platforms. You've got Canvas, which is used for the lessons. The weekly announcements are found in Canvas. And then Pearson, which is where you'll find your homework and your tests and your quizzes and your grade. You'll get used to it, and it's not really too difficult once you get started. Okay, well, I hope that was helpful. Again, I encourage you that if you have any questions, that you contact me, and I'll try to get them answered for you. All right, thanks, and welcome to class.